Let's get into Curtis Daniel Lee and Tyler Chase from Ned Declassified. I had to put on the wig and the lip gloss for this one because I needed to communicate effectively. Tyler Chase has been ongoing a substance abuse concern and mental health concerns, and it appears that he might be homeless in the streets. And Daniel Curtis Lee seems to be very, very, very concerned about his well being. And I just want to say, you are a beautiful soul, Daniel. F what you heard. This is what Daniel Curtis Lee said about Tyler Chase and expressing his concerns with the mental health care system altogether, needing to give Tyler Chase some support, and just his overall thoughts of trying to help him out because apparently he got a hold of him, put him in a hotel, and tried to get him admitted into the hospital so they can give him the help that he needs. But I have a different view and opinion on that process in particular. But again, Daniel, you are a beautiful soul. More people need to be out here in the world just like you. Trust me, brother. Here's what Daniel said.
You're Happy holidays, everyone. I hope you're somewhere nice and warm with your families. Unfortunately, Tyler Chase is not. And this is the case for millions of other Americans. All right, the hotel situation. We got Tyler shelter. Hooray. Everyone's happy. Tyler's happy. Not the case, guys. We got him into the hotel, and just that night, I receive a call from management. They're upset. The door is left open. Why is there a microwave in the tub? The refrigerator's turned over. I just feel so devastated. I'm at a loss. And his family told me that they had tried the hotel thing before and it didn't work. And of course, Dan, why did you assume that you were going to be able to, just fix this situation? I don't even think we should be at this point, guys. 3 nights ago, when we tried to get him to the hospital, the authorities should have. I don't understand how a system could be in place, right? We have all these social systems where help should be provided for these people facing mental health issues, drug abuse issues, right? Taxpayers vote on this stuff all the time. 5150 exists. A third party should be able to get someone into treatment, get them a psychological evaluation to figure out what is going on and allow them to detox. I'm just crushed that these systems are not working effectively. They're not quality systems. LA, we got to do better. Well, Riverside County at this point, and California, there's the CARE Act. Let's make sure that it's functioning. There's no reason that his family should not be able to get him help. I'm really feeling devastated here. I do want to send a thank you to people that have been supporting, the people on the ground. Blaze Pizza has given Tyler free pizzas until the 31st. Now I gotta say, guys, do not just take the plug and abandon my boy. The 31st, all right, that's coming up soon, right? He'll be out of food soon. Please stay with him. Provide him a safe haven there at that facility. He loves your pizza. Guys, I think that it is time to put in a call for 5150, but I also need insight from you all. Do you think that's fair to have a third party call and get someone entry into a facility when you know they need the treatment and they're gravely mentally disabled? We have to do something before it's too late for Tyler. We have to do something, guys. And I just want a little insight. Anyone who has battled with drug addiction in the past and anyone who's battled with mental health problems, what would your perspective be? Or if you've actually experienced 5150, in a way that was helpful or not, let me know, because I think that's the call that needs to happen. All right.
So I made some comments on TikTok, and one of the biggest comments I made on TikTok was what I'm hearing a lot of Daniel say is, this is what I want for Tyler. This is what I need for Tyler. And also, Daniel, you mentioned that you went to his family and the family was kind of like, you know, I guess you can try it. And it wasn't successful because he was at the hotel and then he left. The refrigerator was messed up, the microwave was messed up. You put somebody who is actively in their mental health, actively in their psychosis, in a different setting, like you took him off of the streets of where he was operating and functioning into a controlled environment, and you saw the outcome of what it looked like in that moment. So just so you don't think I'm just coming out the side of my neck with all of this, I'm about to pull out my recovery coaching book. And I have a certification in recovery coaching. And I also worked in a sober living home where we had to take UAs. Shout out to all my people that take UAs, the, urinalysis exams. That is the worst feeling ever, having to sit there and watch a person or look at them urinate. It's crazy. It's crazy. But shout out to y'all. But let me whip out my recovery coaching book. The Center of Addiction and Recovery Training. Okay. So any type of thing, anything could be addiction. You could be addicted to food. You could be addicted to drugs. You could be addicted to clothes shopping. So this actually book, this training that I took, this course that I took, I've also utilized it. You can use this for anything in life. It doesn't just have to pertain to addiction. But the one thing I'm going to say about life, and I'm going to read out this book, is very, very intricate. You need to know this because this is why you're going to be in a never ending cycle, Daniel, with Tyler, if you don't take this approach. What we're going to get into is the stages of change in recovery. What stage is the person on, and where do we need to meet that person when they're in that stage of change? There's 5 stages of change: pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. I'm only going to go into pre-contemplation because we don't need to go any further than that because Tyler's in pre-contemplation stage. So the book says, the research says, the certified professional says, pre-contemplation stage of change. A person shows no intent to change the problem or behavior. Tyler is actively in the streets showing no intentions of changing his problem or his behavior. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm not saying like that's okay. That's okay. Let's continue. A person may be unaware of the behavior is a problem or unwilling to do anything about it. A person may lack the confidence to change behavior due to previous failed attempts. At this point, it appears that Tyler may be unaware of what's going on. He has mental health. His mental health, along with the substance abuse, is a co-occurring disorder that his brain may not even function like, I actually have a problem, because there's 2 issues at one: the mental health and the substance use. Continuing, this person tends to view target behavior as being more positive than negative. Decisional balance. And the person believes that the behavior is under control or at least manageable. Daniel, think of the mind of not yourself, but think of the mind of Tyler. He feels that what he's doing is positive, not negative. And you view as what he's doing as negative, not positive. Hence, this is why you're overworking yourself and going to social media asking for help, which is, I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do. I'm just saying that you may want to educate yourself on where Tyler is first before you start making these decisions for him. Speaking from a personal perspective, my mother had paranoid schizophrenia. And as a daughter, I spent my days trying to fix her, trying to say, take your medication, do this, do that. So much so that I was losing myself in my mother because that's all I could think about. She's back in the hospital. She's not taking her medication, talking to a psychiatrist, talking to the social worker, talking to the counselor. So much so that when she got towards the end of her life, she said, I'm no longer taking my medication anymore. It is what it is. And ultimately, that was the end of her life. And bump me, let's go into Delonte West. Everybody and their mama was talking about Delonte West being in the DMV tricked out. So much so that the owner of the Mavericks stripped him away, took him to recovery, and guess what? Who knows where Delonte West is now? I actually used to watch Delonte West because I used to play basketball, but I sucked at it. Like, I was so boo boo. I was boo boo. Real boo boo. If you went to the bathroom and took the biggest boo boo you could take, that was me on the court. So I saw how Delonte West used to play like this and then turn around. And then now he's just in the streets dealing with his co-occurring disorder, which happens to be mental health and substance related. So the bottom line is meet the person where they're at. Be his friend first. Gain trust in him. See where he's at as an adult. Don't just come in trying to be Superman and just save the day. Have some pizza with him. If he goes to this pizza shop, have some pizza with him. Don't say hold him there. Have some pizza. Give him hey, I wouldn't give him a couple dollars because I don't like to feed into the substance use, but buy him some food. Buy him materials. Maybe take him to the local shower place where he could just take a shower. Build that trust. And then once that trust is built, then maybe he can work into the contemplation stage where the person is considering to change. But he has to trust you again, Daniel, as an adult. If not, you're just going to be spinning the wheels like a hamster in the mother freaking cage. But who am I? Have a good day, y'all.